What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's D Frank. I'm all the way down here somewhere in Houston, Texas, and I got a question for y'all. Where's Uzumaki? There he is. There he is, right there.
What's up, guys?
What's up? Hey, Mr. Uzumaki right here. Oh boy.
Believe it or not, this is my very first collab. So technically it's my second because, you know, RP Production reviewed my car. That was actually my first, but I wasn't really in that one. I kind of stayed back. I was shy at the time, and I was just getting into the YouTube thing, so, you know.
Hey, it be like that sometimes.
Yeah, what a difference time makes, you know. So,
and I'll say I think this is my first collab with like somebody with one of my followers that I follow on Instagram and subscribe to on YouTube. So it's a little bit different. I've done with two of them with two of my other friends that just now starting to get into YouTube as well. I'll leave their information down below, but that's not about them right now. We talking about the here and now. So yeah. We're gonna bring it to you our experience about how We Are Mopar was. I've as you know, I had my car inside, so I took my car in. He was a Spectator, so we're gonna give our pros and cons, and then what we think probably could be used as an improvement if they do it at the Texas Motor Speedway next year. So I'm gonna let Mr. Uzumaki kick it off as a Spectator.
Yeah, let me give you my point of view. I thought it was freaking awesome. That could have been done better, but for the most part, for the crowd that showed up, there was such a high capacity of people because I think, like you see in my latest video about it, last year they had 300 cars show up. This year they had over 1,500 cars registered, but over 2,000 cars actually showed up and showed out at We Are Mopar. And that was freaking unbelievable to see that. But the growing pains of something happening that fast, they definitely learned some lessons from this year, and hopefully next year they'll apply those lessons.
Yes, and I'll include some of those lessons what I think that probably should be applied, mainly like on my side as a person that was bringing my car in. I was fortunately smart enough to leave out with a friend of mine about 10:30 ish to get over there, and we caught like some of the car clubs lining up. So, and then to a degree too, we didn't even know what time the Spectators should even get there to line up. So we was just fortunate to catch the Spectators, not the Spectators, excuse me, car clubs, and then catch the tail end of them and get in line with general admission. And that's where I seen Mr. Uzumaki the very first time over there. We was all waiting in line. And it was a big gaggle, man, because you had cars that was going in that wasn't in VIP or, you know, with your car clubs, and then you had people that was just spectating. It was kind of all over the place, man. It was weird. And then once we got up to the gate, I don't know the complete layout of the Texas Motor Speedway, but I think one thing they could work on better is if they have more than one entrance, like if you're in VIP, have them come in at one end of the stadium. You know, car clubs come in one end, and then the general admission come in at one end. And then too, since, you know, if they have it there again next year, I would believe that they will have more of an insight on how they would want to direct everything, including the Spectators, what time everybody should really be filing in, traffic, the path of traffic, things like that. But overcoming those things, I should say, all in all, it was a good event. And then I did the laps with vets as well. I also think that
pretty awesome.
Yes, that was fun. I think with that, it took up so much time, especially if you was having a later run. What they should have done is just had well, the safety brief that they gave was already iterated on the time slips that we had, instead of calling everybody over to that area for a safety brief, and then they had to leave, and then no sooner they get to mingling around and start looking, looking for people that they follow, or just checking out cars in general, it was time for them to line up for their run. So I think in that case, they should just let everybody do have a big mass safety brief when everybody is over there ready to line up and go. I mean, you might have to do a little bit more talking, but if it's something that we should already pretty much know, I think it'll be a lot easier on them, and have a dedicated spot for that that's not basically on the other end of the track.
Yeah.
But all in all, with that, I think that was pretty much clear and straightforward with the rules, with the rules that came down to that. And honestly, despite all the time I lost dealing with the safety brief, and then, well, the wait was going to be inevitable because, man, they had over 200, I want to say, people, doing them overall or at a time or something like that.
Some people were speeding. You could tell. Some people hit like 100 miles an hour going around that track. It seemed like.
That might, yeah, no comment on that one from me. But, yeah, you can tell some people was out there having a little bit more fun, but it's just like if you were sitting at a line for a long line at an amusement park for a ride that everybody wants to ride, it was worth it, especially coming off that oval. Man, it was fun.
Yeah.
So those are my two things that I would say that could probably be worked out, and that I seen as a spectator, not a spectator, as a person that drove the car in. But the pros is, man, was, especially since I did the laps with Vet, how many people can say they actually took their personal car or whatever car they came in on a Texas Motor Speedway, no matter if you was in a Jeep Wrangler or all the way up to a Dodge Viper ACR, man.
Yeah.
That was fun. And just the experience of meeting people that you follow probably for years, months, whatever, and seeing some of the smaller and bigger personalities on YouTube out there, man, you just can't beat it.
Yeah, and I can say, everybody that I approached, I was looking for SRT Mush, but I didn't catch him. Every time I went by the booth, he was out meeting people and doing interviews.
I got to catch him.
You got to catch him?
Yeah, he was pretty good. Yeah, that was a pretty good guy, man. He was laid back, chill. It don't seem like no matter who was talking to him, he made time to try to talk to everybody. Him and his wife both was cool. I seen Kevin walking around, him and his brother. I got some footage of both of their cars. But
same here. And I got to shake their hand and meet them. And Kevin and his brother both were pretty cool. Even Misa was there, and I got to meet Misa as well. So there was some pretty big names there in our world anyway, and everybody was approachable. Everybody was down to earth that I met there. I didn't really see anybody who was like way out there, didn't want to talk to you. Especially Work Play Drive. He talked to me for about an hour and gave me some pretty good tips. I love his channel. If you haven't subscribed to Work Play Drive, you should.
Yes.
You get some good information off there.
Yes, that dude, he's very informative. His videos are well edited, and he was just like you say, he's just a nice guy to talk to, man. Yeah. We was just chopping it up, talking about his experience driving the Viper that Lux Auto provided. When they came to pick him up from the airport, driving the Hellcat, and it was just good actually getting out here to finally meet these people that you be watching on YouTube, or if they post a video on Instagram, it's just good to actually see these people in person and just see how if their personalities are different on camera versus just seeing them walking around just being themselves.
Yep, and that's what We Are Mopar is really about. From everybody's page that you looked at, it's more about the people. It's not about the cars. I don't know if I would have showed up in my car, and because of my low snafu, I didn't have my car there this year, but if I had showed up in my car, it wouldn't have been about winning awards. It would have been about just meeting people, meeting fellow Moparians, and just hanging out, And that's what I got out of it as a spectator for sure this year. Being on the ground, being able to really walk around and not worry about having a car. I was able to talk to a lot of just average people and get their thoughts. And actually, I picked up a lot of good ideas that I'm going to do on my car. And I'm not going to tell you what those are. Do I ever? But you're going to love them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not even going to ask because I'd rather be surprised and just taken by storm for the most part. And I would say for my instance, other than, when I was doing the laps with Vets and having a lot of time taken up from that, but it was worth it. But man, it was just fun because I was able to get out there, of course, other than Uzumaki, I was able to get out there. I met HTX Gad.
Very cool guy. You got it. Give him a try.
Yeah,
Take some
yeah.
amazing pictures.
Yeah, the Mod FX guys over there.
Okay.
Yeah. I met Mango Scat, Kodak Shaker, man. If I didn't get tied up with the Laps for Vets thing, I would have probably been hanging out with those two half of the day, just cracking up, laughing. Some of the ladies that's not well known, that got a bigger following, but that's in the cars too, like Gabby V that I follow on Instagram, Deja Campbell that I follow on Instagram, and some of the other people that I met out there that I didn't know about, and I followed them, but you know, I pretty much stayed in my own world, so they was educating me on a lot of people that are kind of out there that I didn't know anything about.
Yeah, I picked up a lot of games.
Yeah, and then yeah, just meeting people that was coming up and saying, hey, I know you from such and such. That was fun too, because I met a couple guys from Alabama back. One went to school where I was in the same city I was born. Shout out to Tuscaloosa and just the whole West Alabama area, period. And then another guy from Birmingham. It's just crazy how this thing turns into, it makes the world small. This people that came all the way from California. Somebody came all the way from Toronto. Somebody came out from the province of Manitoba in Canada, man. It's crazy.
Next year is going to be huge. So go ahead and mark your calendars and get your tickets early, because next year is going to be you think this year was crazy, next year is going to be even better, I think. Just me personally.
Me too, man. So
I'll be there.
I'm looking forward to doing it. It'll be the second year in a row. We are Mopar 3. I'm looking forward to you. And hopefully this time around, my buddies Jason and Dave will be able to make it out, man. If they do that, man, we're going to really have fun.
Yeah, RP Productions says he's going to get a Hellcat. Hopefully he'll have that Hellcat or Viper, and he'll be there as well. He didn't make it out this year. He's with
Street Speed, right?
Street Speed 717 up there in Pennsylvania, racing.
Yeah. I'm sure that was fun, but how many of them can say they went around the Texas Motor Speedway?
None of them, yeah. None of them, yeah. That's for sure.
Well, that's all I got, because I don't really have much to nitpick about, but I think, you know, with a little bit, since they know what to expect probably next year, they will probably pick up on a lot of these things that not only just we are talking about, but a lot of other people as well.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that I would do next year, if when I do bring my car, I'm going to have a tent. Yes. I'm going to have a barbecue grill. I'm going to have plenty of water, because they were charging $4 for a bottle of water out there. $4.
Yes.
It's crazy. And then I will also have plenty of chairs, so that if you come by my tent, you'll have a place to sit down next year. I'm gonna try to be with the sponsor next year, and they're in their area with my tent set up behind theirs. But if I can't, I picked out 3 spots that look like pretty good spots. If they're at the same place next year, I know exactly where I'm gonna park.
I heard that, and then a lot of people didn't know where the reception area was at. If you didn't check in at Friday Night Lights, that they was actually having free bottles of water inside of there, and you could also go inside of there and cool off and all that too. So that was another hidden gem that a lot of people probably didn't know about. But I already knew, since they was having it out there and they was allowing us to bring coolers in, I came prepared with a cooler, had a case of water, brought some Powerade, and even then, man, that sun was draining.
Yeah, so yeah, it was hot. Yeah, you think Houston is hot and humid, but it was hot out there.
But yeah, you got to count in the fact of all the heat rising off the concrete, all those cars, all those people.
Yeah, and like I said, you can't complain about that, because it was a beautiful day. It could have been a little bit cooler, maybe, I don't know, but it was a beautiful day. No rain.
Exactly. So that's all I got.
That's all I got too.
So we getting up out of here. So rate, comment, subscribe. If you went, tell us how it went. And if you know anybody from the people that's head of We Are Mopar, share the video. And that's all I can say. So till next time.
Same here. Thank you for watching wherever you are, whenever it is. Ciao.